When food is harvested, it begins its journey from the farm gate to your dinner plate. Between processing, packaging, and transporting, fresh produce eventually finds itself at a grocery store near you. But what if the nearest grocery store is still far from where you live? Brightmoor is a neighborhood in Detroit where grocery stores just don't exist, and that's not the only problem.
There's huge transportation issues, a lot of mobility issues, a lot of connectivity issues, so people either can't get to certain things or they don't even know that they're there.
Despite these challenges, Brightmoor was able to find a solution within their food desert, but it's how they built their oasis that tells a bigger story. And it began with a community garden.
I started with just one garden, and they kind of grew in capacity after a little while.
Momentum continued to build, but there was still a need for a year-round food solution. In 2014, the Brightmoor Artisans Collective acquired a building to serve as a neighborhood food hub. It was progress, but the building needed a lot of work.
We got a little bit ahead of ourselves, and we wrote a grant to the USDA for like our equipment and things like that. But the building wasn't renovated, and we couldn't use those funds to renovate the building. We had to use those funds for the equipment. You can't very well, outfit a building that's not renovated with equipment. So we were in like a huge pickle, like what do you do?
This is where things really began getting interesting. The Brightmoor Artisans Collective got connected with a program called Public Spaces, Community Places, a partnership between the MEDC and a group called Patronicity. This is how it works. They set up a crowdfunding effort, and if the community is able to raise enough money to hit their goal, the MEDC writes a matching grant, essentially doubling every dollar donated by the community.
The amount of people that supported it was really great, even if it was just a little bit for them to say, I support this and I want to see it go somewhere.
The community of Brightmoor worked together to successfully fund this project. A few years later, the Brightmoor Artisans Collective has really made a positive impact.
The Brightmoor facility is really the total package when you talk about local food. They grow it there, they prepare it there, they sell it there. The residents of the Brightmoor community can come to this location to learn more about how to use fresh foods, how to prepare those foods for themselves, for their families, for people in the neighborhood. And it's a great place to come together and meet one another around local food.
Without the grant, I don't even know where we would be right now. Without being able to do that, we might not have known that we had the kind of support that we had. And then getting the funds and actually being able to renovate the building, that was like the linchpin. We needed it, and it was a great opportunity.
The Brightmoor Artisans Collective has become a success story in connecting the neighborhood of Brightmoor with access to healthy food. But it goes a little further than that. They've found a way to connect the people of Brightmoor with each other. Between working together to raise funds, to raise plants in a garden, and to raise awareness about processing and cooking food, this community has a good story to tell around the dinner table.